Intuition is the GPS for your soul. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mystical Mastery Mondays with me, Vic, your favorite spiritual awakening coach. And today we're going to get into our guidance system and synchronicities. you know, intuition is I've heard it being called a lot of things. It's our inner guidance. It's this small whisper. It's this little voice in our consciousness that is directing us on certain ways to go, and it only will tell you like that next step. It doesn't tell you like the whole picture. It's just like go here, do this, or and the thing is, when we're not really doing our work, our spiritual work, our shadow work, meaning we're not releasing our emotions, which I pretty much talk about in every video. If we're not actually releasing our emotions, then we're really caught up in a lot of noise and a lot of fear-based thought patterns, um, and when all these thoughts are happening in our minds, we it's really hard to hear intuition because intuition is kind of a quiet voice, or at least it starts off as a quiet voice. Once we clear out all the noise, all the chatter by releasing our emotions, and there's a myriad of ways that you can do that. But the more we release and let go and like acknowledge our pains and move through them, the more we have open space in our energy to tune into our intuition. And so when we get that guidance and we follow it, we're not really told the whole picture, and we're kind of used to um, planning for every situation and planning for worst case scenarios. And so for a lot of people, following intuition might be scary. It might not be what uh what you're what you would normally do, because you really only know like that next step, right? And so when you follow intuition, when you're living from this way, it's really this whole other way of being. It's like this level of presence and trusting in the unknown. You really have to trust in the unknown to kind of move forward. But it's from this place that magic really happens. It's from this place that synchronicities come into our lives, and synchronicities are the they're the breadcrumbs of the universe. They're the funny coincidences that come into play while we're following our intuition. Really, as we're following our intuition, that come into play and tell us to keep going. You're going on the right track, and follow this path. And they're just these funny coincidences. You might be like, thinking about a song, and then the music comes, and then that exact song comes on the radio, or you're thinking about a person, and you just see the person, or there's just so many of these like really funny coincidences that can happen based on whatever is happening to you. And so it's what's been really interesting in my life, especially now, that is literally blowing me away. About a month and a half ago, I had this really strong intuition come, this really like, really clear guidance that said, go to Sedona. Like, you've never been to Sedona, you should go to Sedona. And I thought, huh, go to Sedona. I've never been to Sedona. And I reached out to a friend and was maybe I could like plan a trip. And, but like it really wasn't working out. And so I kind of left it, and was like, all right, one day I'll go to Sedona. A few weeks later, I have a really spiritual friend that, is connected. And out of the blue, she just came to me and she's like, "Are you thinking about going to Sedona? Because if you're thinking about going to Sedona, you should go to Sedona." And I was like, "Whoa, okay, like there's a synchronicity." I had that thought, and now some weird coincidence happened to validate it. And so I said, "Okay." And then a week later, I still didn't do anything about it. I was still like, "Okay, let's see what materializes." And then a week later, a friend hits me up, another friend, and he's in town from California, and he was just like, "Hey man, like I just came back from Sedona. You would love Sedona, dude." And I was like, "Whoa!" Like that was another sign. So the next day, like I don't know what I was doing. I'm by myself. I'm just like, I guess I'm going to Sedona by myself, and I know somebody that lives in Sedona. So I reached out to her, and I'm not really close to her. And I just said, like, if I go to Sedona, will you hang out with me? And so she's like, yeah, for sure. I'll hang out with you. So I said, all right, universe or whatever. Something's telling me to go to Sedona. I booked my flight. I booked a car because I have to drive from Sedona, land in Phoenix, and then drive to Sedona. And then I, got my hotel and like all that stuff. And I'm just thinking like, like Sedona's kind of expensive. Like I'm paying like, kind of more than I, expected to pay. And, but, it was whatever. And I booked it from December 18th to the 22nd. And so I booked everything, and then I was just like, something's interesting is happening on the 21st. What's happening on the 21st? And I looked it up, and I don't know if y'all know this, but it's the winter solstice, and it's also called the Great Conjunction, where it's like this amazing planetary alignment that is happening uh, in our solar system. And it's spiritually meant to bring a lot of energy and like onto the planet and stuff. And Sedona is what's called an energy vortex. So it's just interesting in my head because I'm like, wow, like I didn't even know. I just kind of booked this weekend and I made this plan, and now I'm going to Sedona, like, when this thing is happening, when this day is happening. I was like, wonder what that's about. And so anyway, I finished that, and I was like, and I went on, and the next day I spoke to a friend, and told her about my plans to go to Sedona, and she was like, no way. And so she's like, I want to go to Sedona, and then she books her flight while I'm on the call, and she's coming with me, and it's really interesting because um, that basically cut my costs in half because now I don't have to pay full for the car and the hotel and all that stuff. So so now she's coming with me. So now I'm not going by myself anymore. That's cool. And then a week later, another friend I spoke to, he wants to come, and so he booked his flight, and he's coming too. And I was like, wow, okay, I booked this, and now two people are coming with me. That's interesting. And so, as y'all know, in this group, I do these interviews every month. And my interview this month is Jamie Liu, this intuitive healer that I met a few months ago in another energy vortex city called Mount Shasta. And so after all this happened, I reached out to her because to, I pre-record the interviews. I wanted to do the interview before I left for this trip. And so I told her to book her interview, and she books her interview, and I can see the time zone on like my scheduling link. And on the time zone, it said Arizona time. And I was like, Arizona time. And so I reached out to her and I was like, are you in Arizona? Because it said that you booked in Arizona time. And she's like, yeah, I'm actually in Sedona till the end of the year. And I'm like total mind blown. Like, whoa, like you're in Sedona? Like, and then I'm already coming with these people and all this stuff. And so, she was telling me that she's like, hey, like, it'd be cool if we do like a live healing session kind of thing, um, while you're in Sedona. And I was like, wow, okay. And so, as y'all know, Mystical Mastery Mondays, every Monday, this thing I'm doing right now, I've been doing this every week. Mystical Mastery Mondays, my Facebook Live series. December 21st, the winter solstice and this great conjunction day falls on a Monday. And so I asked her, I was like, well, do you want to do this live healing thing on Monday the 21st? And she was like, yeah, absolutely, that'd be amazing. And so now I'm going to Sedona, and live from Sedona, like in this Facebook group, we're going to be doing a live healing session on this very auspicious great conjunction day, to usher in these whatever energies are, coming into the planet. And I'm just telling you, like, I just followed my intuition, and then all these coincidences, synchronicities happened, and now here we are, and I'm about to do this. So I actually just recorded my interview with Jamie Liu before doing this, and so I'm gonna put that out on Thursday in this group, December 17th. And then live from Sedona, Facebook Live, Mystical Mastery Mondays, next week at 4 p.m. Central, we are going to be doing a live sound healing, energy healing. I don't even 100% know what we're going to do, but it's going to be live in this group Monday, December 21st. Be there live. If you can't make it live, be there for the replay. I know it's going to be powerful. This lady is a very connected, very intuitive, very powerful being. And I've had the pleasure of, talking to her a few times, and now we're going to be doing this event. So it's all happened synchronistically. I didn't plan any of this. It just happened to be the way it was. And so I really highly encourage all of you to be here, to not only watch the interview that I put out on Thursday, right, but to be here on Monday, next Monday, and catch this live healing session we're going to be doing in this group, with Jamie Lou. So I'm so excited. I'm blown away. I'm all the things. Like, you're gonna love the interview with her. We really get deep into this work and what she does and what, yeah, all this stuff. So definitely, if you have any thoughts or questions or anything you'd want to, anything you want to add, write me in the comments or send me a message, or whatever whatever you wish. If you're coming to Sedona, you're going to be at the same time, let me know that too. That'd be awesome. So remember, guys, all this stuff happens. This is what I mean, about being here right now to live an extraordinary life, because this is the crazy experiences that happen. And I'm living in the unknown. I advise y'all to live in the unknown, and let's just see what happens. So again, check it out. December 21st is the next Monday, is going to be this live healing from Sedona. And check out the interview I put out here on Thursday. All right. Well, have a good one, everybody. Thanks for joining me.